devotees for the Bhagavad Gita discussion. So today we are going to start the 10th chapter and hopefully also complete the Chatushlaki. So 1 hour we'll try to do first 7 verses and then 1 hour for Chatushlaki. So some devotees can share quickly what we discussed yesterday from the 9th chapter, last 3 shlokas. Then we'll go to 10th chapter.
Oh, can I start?
Yes.
Yes. So in 932, we discussed that Krishna says that those who take shelter in me, though they may be lower birth, women, Vaishya, and Shudra, can attain supreme destinations. Where we especially highlighted that it is not only the one who in Papa Yoni basically, but even Striyo, Vaishyas, and Shudras. So we differentiated between these two, Papyoni and these three categories of Varnashram. And in 933, we talked about if they can
one
be.
shloka you can tell.
Okay. Yeah.
Jai Shri Radhamati.
Yes, yesterday we discussed that Striya, Vaishya and Shudra are higher than Papa Yoni, but they are lower than Brahman and Kshatriya. And but Srila Prabhupada mentioned in his purport that Lord himself is declaring here that even though if somebody is engaged in devotional service, they can attain supreme destination, that is Param Gati.
That's it. Somebody else want to share? Yes, I will.
So in Bhagavad Gita 9.3 shloka number 9.33, Krishna is telling about two higher classes and then the nature of the material world, that how is it is temporary, without happiness and miserable, and therefore Krishna says that one should surrender unto me and accept the devotional service of Krishna. And then in the last verse he tells about that how one devotee one can devote one's mind exclusively to Krishna and nothing else. And then we see that how Prabhupada, in purport, we have seen that how Prabhupada has summarized the whole chapter in one paragraph. That how we can surrender to the Lord by Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. And we understood that the first is that we should whatever we are doing, we should offer it to Krishna, and then anything starts. So in that way we can surrender.
First offer
Then
it and
perform.
then perform.
Yeah, and then in this way we can surrender. This is the easiest way to surrender to Krishna.
Okay, anybody else want to share anything?
Yes, may I, Prabhu?
Yes, Manti.
Prabhuji, you have in Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the reference of Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7, glory of path of bhakti in context of outcast. It is very nicely given. And it is quoted that even those of very sinful birth, that is Sriya, Vaishya and Shudra, which is called as Papa Yonaya, who have natural inclination to sin, taking shelter of me, the Lord of all, they attain Param Gati. Then in context of Vyapashritya, one has to take complete shelter of Krishna, then one can become greater than Jnanis and Yogis by Baldev Vidyabhushan. So, I have asked you a question, why are Sriyas are considered to be Papa Yoni, and you have given very nice explanation that they are more conscious of body, and because of Indra's curse, in which comes in 6th canto, that 4 places he has divided his curse, that barren land, woman, water and tree. That is been explained. So we have to only speak about 9.32, Prabhu, na? 9.33 not, na?
Yeah, miss, we have completed. You can speak whatever you want.
Okay, in 9.33, Anitya word is important. Mayavadis say that this world is false. And Prabhupada says Anitya means temporary. Mayavadi explain it as Anitya means false, but Prabhupada says that this is temporary, which is the correct understanding. And okay. In 9.32, that also I have to share.
No, it's okay. Already some devotee shared it. Okay. So then we will start with the 10th chapter. Share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, projects visible.
Yeah, so 10th chapter is titled as the Vibhuti Yoga, and Srila Prabhupada titles it as the opulence of the Absolute. Okay, so as we have discussed some parts of the Vibhuti in the previous chapters, somebody remembers where we discussed about the Vibhuti earlier?
We discussed source and the essence. Lord is
Rasoham.
sometimes source and sometimes it is his essence.
Yeah, which chapter we discussed?
Seventh chapter only.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so
Is this
opulence.
Rasoham of Konteya and all the essence of?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, correct. Yeah. So we discussed in short 7th chapter. Okay. And what was the shloka number? I think 7.8 to 11, something like that. 8 to 11 we discussed there. In short, it came. Lord spoke about his vibhutis. And vibhutis, we discussed there, it had two parts. Source, as a source of some things, like Krishna said, I am the source of so many items were mentioned, and then essence of some things, right? That he is the essence in the strong, like that. So that was explained in short. Now that will be elaborated here in this chapter. That what is that vibhuti? So in general, the understanding vibhuti here the acharyas give is that it is having two parts. Okay, so what are the two parts of this vibhuti? One is the part of power, the power of the Lord. Okay, and second is the knowledge of the Lord, the power aspect and the knowledge aspect. Okay, these are the two aspects that is explained by Baldev Vidyabhushan. What is included in Vibhuti. And this yoga, what is that yoga? So he explains this is the qualities of the Lord. Okay, that's how Baldev Vidyabhushan has explained these terms. Okay, and Vishwanath Chadogara has explained this yoga as Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so same thing, but in a different way. He's explaining yoga is Bhakti Yoga basically. And Vibhuti is explained as either the power of the Lord or the knowledge of the Lord. Okay, that may be manifested in many living entities in this world, or it may be used to operate the material world or create the material world, like that. Okay, so and also we understand in general these are the manifestations in the material world generally. So these are like the material opulences of the Lord in the material world. Okay, it may not be spiritual. So as we see ahead, we will get more understanding what it is. So this both power and knowledge, this is in respect to the maintenance and cause of the universe. Okay, power, knowledge with respect to the cause and maintenance of the material world. Okay, so this is in essence what is defined as the vibhuti in this chapter. Okay, So that's why this chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. So that Vibhuti Yoga, it came in short in the 7th chapter. Here it will be elaborated. So first section we will discuss is first verse 1 to 7. Okay, this is understanding Krishna's unknowability and one serves him. Okay, how Krishna is not fully known to anybody, whether they are Devtas or Munis, Rishis or Suradana, Devtas basically. So they cannot know him fully. Okay, so he can't be known fully. Okay, not that nobody can know him to any extent, but full knowledge is very, very difficult. Okay, and understanding that one cannot know, one serves him. Okay, so let's discuss from the first verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya eva mahabaho shunu me paramam vachah yatte aham priyamanaya vakshami hita kamyaya. Yeah, Shri Gangaputra, can you read?
Yes, Vijay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is the better than what I have already explained.
So see, now in the 9th chapter, we discussed, okay, if devotees remember, there were 3 terms, Guhya, Guhyatara and Guhyatamam knowledge. Okay, so if you have notes, you can see. So can somebody tell what is the explanation of that? These 3 terms which we have discussed earlier, Guhya. What is this Guhya knowledge that was told? And what is Guhyatara knowledge? And what is Guhyatama knowledge? That was explained earlier. So what is Guhya knowledge that was told? Yes, Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhu,
It's knowledge about the matter and soul, spirit and matter.
Okay, spirit and matter. Basically, it was about Atma.
Atma.
Yeah, because spirit includes many other things also. Okay, about the knowledge of Atma and the matter. Okay. Yeah, Guhyatara, somebody can tell what was it? Kishore Madhapur, you want to tell?
Guhyatar was
Yeah, Kishore Madhapur, yours.
yeah, I was quoting about Guhyatam basically. Guhyatam was Vidyan or Chitta Shakti, which
Okay.
is more deeper.
Guruji,
Okay.
Guhyatara
Yes.
is about energies of the Lord.
Guhyatara is about what?
Energies of the Lord. Gyan aspect.
Gyan aspect. Okay. Yeah. So Gyan aspect means it is about the energies of the Lord. Which energies of the Lord? This includes 2 energies, right? Jiva Shakti as well as the Bahiranga Shakti. Okay. Jiva Shakti plus the Prakriti, we can say. Okay. These 2 are included in the Gyan. And Vigyan is the Chit Shakti aspect. So now, which chapter described about this Guhya knowledge?
Chapter 2, 3.
Chapter 2 and 3 described about this, and Guhyatara was described where?
7, 8.
7th and 8th.
7 and 8, some aspects were described, like Vibhutis and all. Okay. And Guhyatama was described where?
9th
9
and
and 10.
9, 10.
It will be described in 9 and 10. So which aspect of 9 and 10? So we had some Bhakti Yoga shlokas like Ananya Chintayanto Mam, Yajana Paripasate Sat, and 7.13, 14, right? Maveva prapadyante mayamitam tarantite mahatmanastu parka, then satata yuktanam, satatam kirtayanto mam, sorry. So these shlokas where only pure bhakti was described, and then Apichet Suduracharo, where pure bhakti was glorified in the 9th chapter. So they all come into Vijnana section, correct? Chit Shakti, internal energy about the bhakti aspect. And 10th chapter also, it will be described in the Chatushloki about the Guhyatama knowledge and all. Okay, now my question is, in this verse, he is saying that I am going to speak the Paramam Vacha. What is that Paramam? Supreme instruction. So among Guhya, Guhyatar and Guhyatam, which is the supreme?
Guhyatama.
Yeah, Guhyatama is supreme. Okay. But now the Lord is saying, and that was spoken in 9th chapter already. Okay, that was the most confidential or the secret. Okay, now of the all the knowledge, correct? So as the second verse was saying, correct? Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. So Raj Guhyam was spoken in the 9th chapter already. So now what is the Lord speaking, which is he is saying even better? Correct. He is saying, I will speak for your benefit, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. What I already explained? 9th chapter, already we explained Guhyatama, Raj Guhya knowledge, the king of all secrets. So now why the Lord is saying, I will speak something better? First of all, is there anything better than Raj Guhya or the Guhyatama knowledge? Yes, what do you want to
As
think?
you said, there could be, because we don't know completely, so there could be still lot of things which are not still known to us.
Okay. That can be one understanding. Okay, what else? Yeah, Yamuna will ask you.
I think, Praji, this is continuation. Like, as here it is said that I shall speak to you further. So this is also what Lord is going to speak is Guyam Uttamam only. But when the Lord is saying that I have already explained, I think it is referring to the Guyatar and Guya. So this is just thought, Praji.
Yeah,
Continuation, right?
Guya is basically about Atma and the matter, soul and matter. So that in this chapter it will not come. But yeah, Guhyatar, is he going to explain in this chapter? What do devotees think? Guhyatar, like Vibhuti, that was explained in 7. Correct? Vibhuti is about what? The material aspects of the Lord's energies. So it can be Jiva Shakti or Prakriti Bahiranga Shakti. So Vibhuti, as the title of this chapter is Vibhuti Yoga.
Mhm.
So these Vibhutis come under Guhyatara knowledge only. Okay, this is Guhyatara. And this explains about what? This explains about the Bahiranga Shakti and Jiva Shakti. That is going to be explained. So in this chapter, Lord is going to explain about Guhyatara knowledge only. But as I told you, he will explain it more elaborately.
Mhm.
Okay, he is not going to speak something higher than Guhyatama. Okay. So Vibhutis explained elaborately. That is the point Lord is trying to say. Okay, so that's why he's saying that is better than earlier. Why better? Because it's explained elaborately. Okay, that is the point. Not that he is going to speak something even higher than Rajvidya Rajaguhya. Okay, so in that sense, this word is used, Paramam Vachaha. Okay, Paramam Vacha is, again, it's spoken about Guhyatara only, but elaborately. Okay. And another understanding also we can have, as the devotee said, that more of Guhyatama knowledge he is going to speak in this chapter. Okay, in Chatushloki. That also is understandable. So basically, Lord is saying, I will speak elaborately. About vibhutis or opulences. Okay, that's what he is saying. Okay, please continue. You are muted, Guruji.
Sorry. Starting from the 7th chapter, after revealing his power, Krishna spoke of bhakti. Now, in the 10th chapter, he speaks of the confidential elements of bhakti along with the description of his vibhutis. By knowing the powers of the Lord, one understands that the Lord is worthy of worship. These powers have been described starting from the 7th chapter. Now, the Lord will explain the powers in detail for the pleasure of those who have devotion.
Your voice is breaking a little bit. Maybe you can change your place or switch off video, or somebody else can read also. So yeah, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying here in this commentary, starting from the 7th chapter, as I told, he revealed his powers. Correct, in Vibhuti 7.8 to 11. And also he spoke about his bhakti. Correct. So he spoke about the shlokas which are Uttama Bhakti or Ananya Bhakti shlokas. Also he spoke. Yeah. So now in 10th chapter he speaks of the confidential elements of bhakti. So this is going to be spoken in this chapter, and along with the description of the vibhutis, he is going to speak now more of Guhyatama in the Chatushloki 10.8 to 11. And also he is going to speak about the vibhuti, that is the rest of the chapter. Okay. The rest of the chapter will be that vibhutis. Okay, and what is the effect of and basically this is like the point of encouraging the devotees to study the knowledge of the Lord. So sometimes devotees may think that, oh, knowing or knowledge about the Lord is not so important. We have to just experience rasa. We have to just be in love with the Lord. There's not much importance about knowing about the Lord. So he's saying, no, that is also important. Why? Knowing the powers of the Lord, powers here indicates the vibhuti. Vibhuti, as I told, it has two meanings. So the one meaning is power, other meaning is knowledge here. So now he's telling about the power aspect. So knowing the powers of the Lord, one understands that the Lord is worthy of worship. Okay. So only when one knows that yeah, Lord is to be worshipped, then only he can establish a relationship. Okay. So these powers have been described starting from the 7th chapter. Okay, that was Vibhuti Yoga described there, 7.8 to 11. And now the Lord will explain the powers in detail. So that's why I told it, he'll explain it elaborately in this chapter. Okay, that is the meaning of the word better, paramam vachana. Okay. Yeah, for the pleasure of those who have devotion. Yeah. So where is that devotion word indicated in this verse? See, Lord has told earlier that devotees are dear to me. So in this word,
Priyamanaya.
Priyamanaya.
Priyamanaya. Correct. So devotees are only dear to him. So he has said that devotees are more dear to me than my own self. Correct. So like that he has said. So there we can understand Priyamanaya is referring to those who have devotees. Sorry, those who have devotion. Okay, and they are loved by the Lord. Yes, continue.
According to the rule that
Here.
okay. Again, Bhuya, hear my words. This means again I will speak about the king of knowledge, the king of the secrets.
So again, the Guhya Tama knowledge is spoken in this chapter. Okay, that will come. And again, Vibhuti also will be spoken. Okay, yeah, read.
O mighty armed one, you display your supreme power of your arms. This power is greater than that of all others. In the same way, you should display the supreme power of your intelligence in this topic. Listen to the words I speak. These words are even superior to what I have spoken previously. Paramam Vacha. I speak these words to you in order to cause your astonishment.
Yeah, so basically here he's saying this power is greater than that of all others. So Arjuna, he is saying you have supreme power. So he is saying Mahabaho, but he is indicating that the power of your intelligence, basically, that you engage now, not the power of your hand. Okay, that's what he's meaning. Because how do we know? Because he is saying here attentively. Okay, so here he has said this implies that Arjuna should limit his attention to what is spoken, though he is already listening. So Arjuna is already listening, but he is saying now hear more attentively. Okay, listen to the words I speak, like that. Yes, please read. Baldev Vidya questions.
The Lord Aishwarya,
Lords.
the Lord's Aishwarya, a cause of bhakti, which was discussed in the seventh, eighth, and ninth chapters, is further supported in the 10th chapter with the description of the Lord's vibhutis. In the previous several chapters, bhakti has been described along with the intermediate description of the Lord's powers. Now, in this chapter, in order to manifest and increase that bhakti, the Lord will describe in detail his extraordinary vibhutis, which were previously briefly discussed.
Yeah, it was discussed from 8 to 12. And also 9th chapter, it was discussed 16 to 19. Okay, so same thing he is saying. So this Aishwarya, knowledge is cause of bhakti. So one should not think it is trivial. Okay, this knowledge, if we have, sometimes, okay, if we don't read books, no problem. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito, anyhow, it is told that Divya Gyan will automatically arise in your heart. So it will, no, that meaning one should not take that it will automatically arise, but Lord will be giving that knowledge when he is pleased with the endeavors of the devotee reading the books or hearing the lectures of one Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, like that. Okay, so it's not to be considered trivial. Okay, it is a cause of bhakti, he is saying, correct? So he is going to speak the vibhutis again. It was discussed briefly earlier. Now he is going to speak in detail. Okay, that's why it is Paramumvacha. Yeah, continue.
O mighty Arjuna, again, Bhuya, hear my auspicious pramama words. Krishna commands Arjuna, who is already hearing, to listen in order to make him alert to what will be taught. With a desire for benefiting you, I will speak to you words concerning my transcendental powers of vibhutis. I will speak with a desire for your welfare in the form of producing and increasing your devotion for me. Hita kamaya.
Yeah. So basically, here Krishna is saying that why am I speaking again? That word bhuya, when he has said again, so he is saying, why am I speaking again? So the indication is you should become more alert. Okay, so that is Krishna telling to Arjuna and all of us also to hear it attentively. Okay, and I will speak to you words concerning my transcendental powers. As I told, vibhutis means powers and also knowledge. So why he is speaking again? Because I have desire for the welfare of whom? Arjuna, or Arjuna is representing all of us basically. Hit kamaya. Okay, or hit kamana. Okay, शुभ चिंतक, like we say na in Hindi. मैं आपका शुभ चिंतक हूँ, like that. So he is hit kamaya. And then what will happen by this? It will increase your devotion for me. So the knowledge of the Lord increases devotion. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada. The word Bhagavan is explained thus by the Parasara Muni, one who is full in six opulences, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. It's a Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah. So why suddenly Prabhupada explained about Bhagavan? Why he got the inspiration to explain Bhagavan here, where other Acharya have not explained as such, and it's not related to the shloka also.
started with shloka is with this only. Bhagavan Vacha. Lord is speaking.
Yeah. So he is saying Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So Bhagavan he is explaining. Then why he is explaining about this opulence? Why he is bringing the opulence is because the word Shri is also there. Okay. Shri means opulence. Okay. The opulence is of the Lord. Like that he is explaining. And then definition of Bhagavan was given. Yeah, continue.
Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now in this chapter, he explains his specific approaches to Arjuna. In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion in firm conviction. Again, in this chapter, he tells Arjuna about his manifestation and various opulences.
Yeah, so again, now he's going to say about his manifestations. So, and his various opulences. That will be bhutis and manifestations. He will tell also in Chatushloki. Okay. That aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. From me everything emanates, like that. He will going to explain. Okay. So now he speaks specific opulences in this chapter, as Prabhupada is saying. Earlier he explained some in short, like that. Yeah.
The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of
Yeah, so
devotees.
this is very, very
That will
important.
enhance
What
one's
Prabhupada is writing
devotional
here.
service.
Yeah.
One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Others cannot take part in such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because Arjuna is very dear to him, for his benefit, such discourses are taking place.
Yeah, so this Prabhupada has told is very important that one should hear in the association of devotees. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so one should not hear it from non-devotees as well as one should not hear it outside the association of devotees, basically. Okay, otherwise one will get some other thoughts about the devotional service and it will not enhance. Okay, in association of devotees, we get the knowledge which enhances one's devotional service. Why? Because the devotees will speak from Guru, Sadhu, and the Shastra. Okay, so they will speak from that, so that will enhance our knowledge. Okay, and Prabhupada many times give the example of how the things which are spoken by outside people and not coming in any parampara, that may be like the milk touched by the snake. Okay, so that he has given many times example. Okay. Yeah, so only devotees actually they take part in such discourses because others are not interested in such discourses. Okay. And then he's saying for your benefit, for our benefit, such discourses are taking place. So and Prabhupada emphasized many times attending this Bhagavatam classes, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Okay, like that. Okay, so second shloka will go. Name vidu surgana prabhavam na maharshayah aham adirhi devana maharshinam cha sarvashah. So now as first shloka Krishna told that I will speak to you about my opulences, which I explained it earlier, and I will give you more knowledge on it. So now he is explaining that how there are so many people of whom I am the source. Okay, so okay, somebody can read. Deepali Mataji, would you like to read? Your voice is breaking. Somebody else. It's
Neither
okay.
the hosts of demigods.
Voice is breaking. Yeah, somebody else can read. Prerna Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulence, for In every aspect, I am the source of the demigods and sages.
Yeah, so here he is saying that the Lord is the origin or the source of. So he is telling about some specific people like great sages. Okay. Mahashaya. Okay, demigods. Suragana. Okay, they name vidu, they don't know. Okay. And they don't know about what? My origin. Or they don't know about the Lord's opulences. So what is this referring to? This is referring to his vibhutis. Okay. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods. Okay. So they are not able to know because Lord is himself the source of these people, the demigods and the sages. So they cannot know the origin and the opulence of the Lord. Okay. Hence they don't know the Lord. Okay. So one nice example is given by our Acharya is that just like a son can never know his father completely. Okay. Because the father is the source of his birth, like that. Okay, so read it a little more clear. Yes, please read.
My appearance can be known only by my unprecedented mercy and by no other means. The Devatas do not know my most extraordinary birth, Bhavam, from Devaki.
Yeah, so
The
just 1 minute.
Lord,
This word he is explaining, Prabhavam. So Prabhupada has translated it as two things, origin and opulences. That's what here it came. Okay, origin and opulences, Prabhavam. Okay, so this word again it is going to come, but it will have different meaning there. Here, please note the meaning is origin and opulences. Okay, that's what he's saying. What they are not able to know, my origin. What is my origin? I take birth as a son of Devaki. So this is very confidential knowledge. Okay, if you remember earlier also we discussed in the 7th chapter that Vigyan means knowing Krishna as Sham Sundar or Giridhari or Govardhan Dhari, okay, Yashoda Nandan, Devaki Nandan, all these things are very confidential. These are not known to many of the demigods and the Maharshis, all that mentioned here. Please read.
the Lord explains the reason why they do not know, because I am the cause of all of them. In all ways, they do not know about my birth, just as the sons cannot know about the birth of the father.
Yeah, so this is the example here it's given, right? So the sons who are like these, the demigods or the Maharshis, they cannot know about the birth of the father, correct? So they don't know about that. Why? Because the Lord is the cause of all of them. So that was told earlier. Okay. Yeah, please continue. Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada, as stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So, what is the position of the so called scholars of this tiny planet? No one can understand why this supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and executes such wonderful, uncommon activities. One should know one should know then that scholarship is not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna.
Yeah, so scholarship is not the qualification. This will come earlier. Sorry, later. It will come. Yeah, so same point Prabhupada is saying that even the demigods and the great sages, Suragana and the Maharshas, cannot understand Krishna. Okay. Why? Because he is the source of all of them. Okay. He is the cause of all the demigods and sages. That's why they cannot know. Okay. And later it will come in the 4th verse that there are two different things. One is called intelligence, and other one is called knowledge. Okay. So this is called buddhi, this is called jnana. Okay. So knowledge is something by which one can understand spiritual things, and intelligence is the ability to understand things which are very fine or very minute. So this scholarship is something which is related to intelligence. Okay, means the ability to understand anything which in a very fine way or any detailed way, that is called intelligence. So there are many scholars like scientists also or philosophers, those who have many like lot of knowledge, but they may not be devotees. And even there are people who are like the scholars of the bhakti literatures like Jiva Goswami's Sardarbas and other things, but they are not devotees. Okay, as Natam Srila Prabhupada would say also, sometimes they are smoking ganja or they are smoking cigarettes, but they are speaking on the Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas like that. So that is not the knowledge they have, but they have some intelligence like that. So, and that cannot qualify, because what is the qualification to understand Krishna? Can somebody tell what is the qualification to understand Krishna?
Bhakti and devotion.
Devotion. Devotion.
Yeah, bhakti amam abhijanati, correct? Only by bhakti. And how does one get that bhakti?
Devotees or from devotees.
He gets it from association of devotees. Association of devotees, he gets Sukriti over many lifetimes, and then he gets the bhakti, and then he comes to Krishna consciousness. Then he can understand. That's what is told here. Yeah, please continue.
Although one cannot understand the inconceivable Lord who is personally present, he nonetheless exists. We can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge, simply by studying his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God or as some ruling power or as the impersonal Brahman can be reached by persons who are in the inferior energy of the Lord, but the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in the transcendental position.
Yeah, so how one can come to this transcendental position? So that is explained here. That one has to study what his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So then one can reach to this transcendental position. Okay, so basically Bhakti Amam Janati, and only by Bhakti one can Lord. Where is that Bhakti? That Bhakti is present in the books which are Bhakti literatures, Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita, books like that. Okay. And those who are not having this Bhakti aspect, they can know only impersonal Brahman, the Gyanis and Yogis. Okay. The Gyanis and Yogis can know that, but they don't have so much of Bhakti to know the transcendental position of the Lord. And what is this transcendental position of the Lord? We already discussed. What is this transcendental position that they don't know? I think two devotees are speaking.
He's the source of all demigods and sages.
No, see what is said here, but the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in the transcendental position. So what is the transcendental?
One who has overcome the three modes of material nature.
No, tell what was discussed here now. Last 10-15 minutes we have been discussing, na? Or other Acharya's commentary. Okay, what you may be saying is correct, but what came just recently? What is this transcendental position?
That Bhagavan, the definition of Bhagavan, who possesses six opulences in full.
No. See, question is about the person who want to understand God. Okay. Person who wants to know God, he should be in the transcendental position. Not God is in transcendental position. See, the question is, what is the person transcendental position?
One can know only by surrendering to Krishna. That's a transcendental way.
Who is the devotee and friend of Lord?
What?
Who is devotee and friend of Lord? Like in first was Krishna is mentioning because you are my dear friend. So for your benefit. Is this the transcendental position of the devotee?
Yeah, transcendental position of the devotee is that only, means he has the bhakti in his heart, basically. Yeah, nothing specific, but he has the bhakti in his heart. What kind of bhakti? To know that he is the Devaki Nandan, he is Yashoda Nandan. That, if you remember, it came here. See here. So this aspect of knowledge, which is present only in Bhagavata. Okay, this is not present in other literatures, which the yogis and the gyanis try to learn. Okay, so that transcendental position comes by reading these books, and that position is at the Yashodanandan or Devaki Nandan or or Sham Sundar, like that. Yeah, read.
Yes, only the devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand by the grace of the Supreme Personality that He is Krishna.
Yeah.
The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of the God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord, and out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, they can understand Krishna. No one else can understand him.
Yeah, so this no one else is about the Gyanis and Yogis, they cannot understand him. And the devotees of the Lord, they are not bothered about the Brahman conception, which these people are bothered about. Okay, they want to attain that conception. Okay, and they bring, okay, their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord. Okay, and that Lord is who is the Sham Sundar Lord. Okay, and out of the causeless mercy, Krishna, they can understand Krishna. Okay, so Krishna will say later that this knowledge that is about the Vibhuti Yoga, okay, that Vibhuti Yoga will make one understand Krishna. That is going to come. That's why Prabhupada is writing this. The whole chapter is about Vibhuti Yoga. So by knowing the Vibhuti of the Lord, one can understand the Lord. Okay. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, here it is mentioned that in the purport, no one, even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. But like if you talk about Indra, like when he sent Samataka clouds and rains, when Brajavasis denied, basically Krishna asked Brajavasis not to worship Indra, and also from the Vimohan Leela, Brahma Vimohan Leela. And demigods also worshipped the Lord when he was in the womb of Sachi Mata and Devaki also. I am confused with these points. If they did not know the glories of Lord, then how could they every time, even when Krishna was killing the demons, they were there to shower the flowers. So how they were worshipping Lord if they did not know the glories of Lord as it is mentioned by Prabhupada here? So this point is confusing.
Yeah, that's what I told in the beginning of the verse. I told somewhere that he cannot be understood fully by them. Okay, where is the-
Okay, this is Shama Sundar from you're saying?
Yes, yes, yeah. Because see, there is difference between knowing and then worshipping and then wanting to associate with that form. Okay, somewhere that came. Okay, I wrote that he cannot be known fully by them. Okay. I don't remember where it came. Yeah, basically that is the point that they cannot know him fully. These great sages and demigods, they may know some extent that okay, he is the supreme person and he is the source of our powers, and not all demigods, like some demigods may know confidentially, and those who have been having devotion, and not all demigods have devotion, not all demigods may be devotees like that, but they may be devotees to very small extent or karma mishra bhakti generally they practice. Yeah, so to know him fully, that is only by pure bhakti, but generally the demigods are karma mishra bhaktas. Okay, their devotion is mixed with the karma path. They have fruity desires to enjoy themselves, so they cannot know fully. So until unless one practices uttama bhakti, ananya bhakti, anya bilashita shunyam gyan karma dhyanavritam, all that, they cannot know Krishna fully. Okay, they may know just like having some knowledge. Any scholar may read some spiritual book, he may understand, okay, Krishna is God, but to know him as God and then to worship him and to love him is something else that they may not have. Okay, getting the difference, the difference between knowing and loving. So they don't love Krishna and they don't want to have a relationship with him. That's what is spoken about.
Prabhuji, after Brahma Vimohan Leela and Govardhan Leela also, Indra and Brahma, I mean, I don't know if there is any verse for this, but didn't they develop love for Krishna? Especially
No, no.
Brahma Ji, no?
See, Brahmaji's case is generally stated as Brahmaji already heard the Chatushloki of Srimad Bhagavatam in his first kalpa. And I think I mentioned it earlier in the second canto 29, sorry, second canto 9th chapter. I think in the 34th verse commentary, it is mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because he has already heard Chatushloki, so he will not get bewildered in among all of his 100 lives. Okay, so the episode where it is mentioned that Brahmaji ran behind his daughter is not the current Brahma who heard the Chatushloki that is mentioned in that chapter. It is the previous Brahma, some of the previous Brahma, not the current Brahma. That is one point. And the Brahma Viman Leela is clearly explained. It is under Yoga Maya. Okay, Indra's delusion is not under Yoga Maya, but Brahmaji's delusion is completely under Yoga Maya, because it is mentioned that he wanted to see the opulences of the Lord, or he wanted to see what the Lord does when I steal his gopas. Okay, so I can send the reference later, but he had such desires. It was not under the illusion of Mahamaya as Indra had. Okay, so Brahmaji is a pure devotee and he is not illusioned by the Mahamaya. That is the understanding. And Indra, as such, after he did the Govardhan pastime happened, and then for some time he understood he is the Lord, but again later when Lord wanted the Parijata tree, so again he was envious of the Lord, or he did not understand that he is only the Supreme Lord. So he keeps forgetting again. That is what is seen, because they are attached to their own sense gratification also, because of practicing karma mishra bhakti. So they don't have pure devotion. That's why.
Okay, Prabhuji. And the Mohini Murti pastime of Lord Shiva, uh, was that also under the influence of Yoga Maya, Prabhuji?
Yes, it was under Yoga Maya. Correct.
Okay.
That is all
Thank you.
pastime purpose, to glorify how great is Lord Vishnu. Lord Shiva wants to glorify. That's what is explained.
Okay.
Yes, Kishore.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prabhuji, going to the same question like what Mataji told actually, just to have more clarity. See here, Krishna says that what demigod could not understood, he's trying to explain what he has not understood. I just want to note two things. That does this means that all the revered Srila Prabhupada, Vishwanath Thakur, who have already written the commentaries, they have understood this point much better than the demigods who couldn't understand at that point of time, or even when you have explained to us and we have understood this basically, we understood in little much better way than what perhaps demigod might have missed to understand them.
Yeah, that is actually true. But if you speak like that, then generally those who don't understand this part well, they may think you are very proud. So what you are saying is true, because of the mercy of our acharyas, and we have received sukriti in so many lifetimes that we got the qualification, or Prabhupada, as he said, I made your qualification. So because of Prabhupada's mercy and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we are more fortunate in some sense, in one sense at least we can say, than you can say the demigods who may be not taken up to Uttama Bhakti. They may have some desire of going to, they are already in heaven. They may have desire to continue enjoying heaven, but we may not have that as an active desire. So by the mercy of our acharyas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are more fortunate, we can say. Okay, in that sense. But we cannot say that we made our own fortune, or we borrow by our own our practice of devotion, we are greater than them. Not in that sense. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Very question. Okay, so we'll go to third verse and then we'll pause for some time. Yeah. Yoma majam anadim cha vetti lokamaheshwaram asammudha samartyeshu sarva pape pramuchyate. Mukund Patri, please read.
He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he he only undiluted among men is free from all sins.
Yeah, so now Lord is glorifying about this knowledge, Vibhuti Yoga. So one who knows me. Okay, Yomam Ajam Anadim Cha. So three things he's saying. Ajam, unborn. Second, Anadim, without beginning. Vetti knows how Lokamaheshwaram, as the Maheshwara or Ishwara means controller, and then Maha means supreme, the supreme controller, supreme master, as Prabhupada has written. So these three aspects one who knows. What happens? Asamudha. the result of that thing is what? He becomes asamuda, undiluted. Okay. So he will not be deluded like Indra or other people sometimes. And some artyeshu, okay, among those who are subject to death, means living entities, if of the material world. And then what happens? Sarva papai pramuchyate. The result is two things. Okay. Asammuda and sarva papai pramuchyate. Muchyate means to get delivered. Pramuchyate means completely delivered, like that. Okay. Is delivered from that. So the result of knowing the Lord, basically the result of knowing the vibhuti, as I told, powers or the knowledge. Okay, so knowing the Lord, what is the result of that? So two results. Okay. Okay. Yes, please read.
He who knows that I am unborn and also born to Vasudeva and am still without beginning is free from all sins. Cha here signifies that he is also born. By using the word me, Krishna indicates his particular birth from Vasudeva. This refers back to the Lord's previous statements in chapter 4. He who knows that my birth and activities are transcendental.
Yeah, so Janma Karma Chame Divyam, that verse Lord is remembering, and then he is quoting. So these acharyas can see what is in the heart of the Lord. So the verse Lord is remembering is Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Okay, that he is remembering. And then he is saying that one who knows all those things and the thing which I am going to explain in this chapter, okay, that person will be freed from all sins. Okay. And what is the other thing he is saying? He is saying, I am the Vasudev Sutta or Devaki Nandan. Okay, even though I am unborn, so what is that word unborn in the shloka?
Ajam.
Ajam.
Yes, Jam. Jam is to be taking birth, Ajam. And then he is signifying that he is taking birth. So the basically the Mayavadis or the impersonalists or the Gyanis, yogis, they are all bewildered. Okay, so that shloka will be quoted, that how they are bewildered also. But the devotee are not bewildered. They understand, yes, he is the same Lord, but he is taking his birth as a 400 child or 200 child in the prison house of Kamsa. Yeah, so this is the verse. Yeah, please read. Okay, I'll recite. I can read the translation. Karmani anihasya bhavo bhavasyate durga shrayo athari bhayat palayana kalatmano yat pramadayutashramah swatman rate khidyati dhir vidamiha.
My lord, even the learned sages become disturbed in their intelligence when they see that your greatness engages in fruitive work, although you are free from all desires, that you take birth, although you are unborn, that you flee out fear of the enemy and take shelter in a fort, although you are controller of invincible time, and that you enjoy a householder life surrounded by many women, although you enjoy in yourself.
Yeah, so these are the contradictions basically in the Lord. Okay. So there are so many spoken here. Uddhava is speaking this to Vidura. Yeah. So he is saying Karmani aniyasya. Okay, I will not go in Sanskrit. You can see here only. Okay. You are free from all desires, but still you work. Okay. You are taking birth even though you are unborn. And you flee out of fear. Okay. Even though you are controller of the invincible time. Okay. Like that. And you enjoy householder life even though you are Atmaram. So there are four contradictions mentioned. Okay. Yeah, please read.
The commentary in the Laghu Bhagavatamrita says, if all this were not true, then all perception would be illusory. But that is not so. Thus, Achintya Shakti is the cause of his pastimes. Lagu Bhagavatamrita 1.5.119. In my childhood during the Damodar Leela, it is inconceivable that I could be bound by strings of bells, but not by the cords of the Mother Yashoda. In the same way, my birth and non-birth are also inconceivable.
Yeah, see, this is little difficult to understand. Okay, but I'll just say something. If you are able to understand, it is good. See, we know Damodar pastime happened, and that day morning, Mother Yashoda dressed Sri Krishna. And what did she dress with? She dressed with the Krishna has the bells string, okay, string of bells that he wears, and in which he puts inside his the bugle or the flute. So Krishna is dressed in the morning by the string of bells. But after the morning, then Mother Yashoda was trying to bind. So Krishna did not increase his size of the waist, and the rope also did not decrease in size. But the inconceivable thing is that Krishna was not getting bound. That we all know. So this Achintya Shakti is coming into picture here. Okay. So here, yes, we'll read this, then I will try to explain. Yeah, please read.
The Lord then speaks of his powers, which are hard to understand. He who knows that, though I am your chariot driver, I am also the great controller of all the planets, Lokamaheshwaram. He alone is not bewildered among men and is free from all sins, which are an obstacle to bhakti. But he who, though accepting that the Lord is unborn, without beginning, and is the controller of all being, thinks that his being born is just a semblance of birth, and is bewildered and is not free from all sins.
Okay. So basically the point is going on. The result of knowing all this knowledge is he will be freed from all sins. Okay. Sa papaye pramuchyate. Correct. The verse said, right? What is the word? Sarva papaye pramuchyate. That is what he's saying. But when this will happen, see, there are two category of people. One who is bewildered, and second who is not bewildered. Okay. So what is saying here? Someone who is bewildered, see what, but he who, though accepting that the Lord is unborn, he accepts the Lord is unborn, he is without beginning, he is anadim, and controller of all beings. Where is it mentioned in the shloka? Controller of all beings.
Lokamaheshwaram.
Sarva Loka Maheshwara. Correct. Thinks that he is being born is just a semblance of birth. Somebody thinks, oh, he is taking birth. Actually, he is not taking birth. It is just some drama. He thinks as a drama. He is bewildered and is not freed from all sins. That means somebody who is bewildered, he cannot attain this result. What is the result? Freed from all sins. So who can attain? Who is not bewildered? Okay, na? Who will be freed from all sins? Who is not bewildered? Okay, this is very simple. Who is not bewildered? Correct. And previously, what he is saying, the Achintya Shakti of the Lord. So one example was given. Okay. So Achintya Shakti of the Lord, there was one verse quoted. Then these are the four contradictions. So the devotee, he understands that contradictions exist. Okay. Contradiction exist, but he is not bewildered. Okay, he is a devotee. And then what will happen? This devotee will be freed from all sins. I don't know how many of you understood. Little technical it is. Okay. Somebody who is not bewildered, knowing that there are contradictions in the Lord. What are the contradictions? As you explained earlier. Okay. Four contradictions were mentioned. But he thinks, yeah, Lord can do all this. Why can he do all this? Because the Lord is having Achintya Shakti. Okay. The Lord has Achintya Shakti. So he has Achint Shakti. So that's why seeing contradictions, this person is not bewildered, and then he is freed from all sins. Janma karma chame divyam yome vetti tattvata. What is tattvata? This is tattvata. Actually, tattvata means the word means actually, in reality, or based on Shastra. So where is this mentioned? That quotation is given here from Laghu Bhagavatamrita. This reference is provided. That Lord is Achintya. Okay. So this the devotee accepts. Yes, he is Achintya. He is having Achintya Shakti. By the Achintya Shakti, what happens? He can have contradictions. Okay. And then because he is Achintya, so the devotee thinks, I will accept it as not understandable by my material intelligence. That is a key point. Okay, I have tiny intelligence. I cannot understand that how these contradictions are happening, but they are all true. They all can happen. I have faith in the Lord that He can do all this, and He is not bewildered. Okay. So somebody tells you, oh, I understood the Lord fully. I am never bewildered seeing the contradictions of the Lord. He is not actually a devotee. A devotee understands, I cannot understand the Lord. He has Achintya Shakti and he has contradictions at the same time because I have tiny intelligence. So I will not be bewildered. The devotee is not bewildered. And then being not bewildered, what he does? He is freed of sin. Okay. So I don't know how many of you could understand this flowchart. Okay. If not understood, also no problem. But just understand devotee is not bewildered. That much. Okay. Continue.
Some person, however, does have this knowledge of me with this intention of Lord. With this intention, the Lord speaks among thousands of men who are endeavoring. He who gets the good fortune of association with devotees who knows about me, well know me, who am without beginning, unborn, the great Lord of the universe. He is not being bewildered, will be free from all sins.
Yeah, same point. So again, here we have to see that there are few people. Okay, as it was mentioned in the Manushyanam Shastreshu. Okay, there it was mentioned there are few among the human beings, those who can understand the Lord to the extent possible. And there is some part of the Lord which they can never understand. That they put into the box of Achintya Shakti of the Lord, and they are not bewildered. Oh, how is it possible that Lord is attracted to household life even though he is Atmaram? So they are not able to fully understand it, but they are not bewildered. That's the point. And there are few only of like that category who are understanding that Lord has Achintya Shakti. Okay, that is the point. Yes.
Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the 7th chapter, 7.3, Manushyanam Sahasreshu, Kaschit Yatadi Siddhaye, those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of spiritual realization. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual situation, one who can come to the understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the proprietor of everything, the unborn, is the most successful spiritually realized person. In that stage only, when one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position, can one be free completely from all sinful reactions.
Yeah, so same thing Prabhupada is saying. Okay, that Manushyanam Shastreshu he quoted. Okay, and among so many millions of people, actually only one he is knowing Lord in actuality, tattvataha. Okay, and then out of those actually trying to understand the specialization, one who can come to the understanding that Krishna is a person. That is the point. The proprietor of everything. What is the proprietor of everything? What is proprietor of everything? Mention where?
Lok Maheshwaram.
Yeah, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Okay. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram was told. and unborn, Ajam.
Mhm.
He is the most successful spiritually realized person. Okay, and only in this stage one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position. So in the previous verse, he told that there are people who cannot understand the demigods and the Maharshis. Okay, they cannot understand the Lord. But here he is saying there are few people. Okay, there are few who can understand fully, not partially. These people have understood partially. Now he's telling there are few people who have understood me fully. Okay, and they will be freed from all sins. Okay, like that. Yeah, continue.
Here, the Lord is described by the word Aja, meaning unborn, but he is distinct from the living entities who are described in the second chapter as Aja. The Lord is different from the living entities who are taking birth and dying due to material attachment. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but his body is not changeable. Even when he comes to this material world, he comes as the same unborn. Therefore, in the fourth chapter, it is said that the Lord, by his internal potency, is not under the inferior material energy, but is always in the superior energy.
Yeah, see this point, Aja is being explained now. Why Lord used the word Aja? To show that Lord is different from the Nityabadha, conditioned souls. Okay. So that word Aja is used for this purpose. How do we know? Here Prabhupada has told. He is distinct from living entities. Okay. I did not highlight. It was there in Baldev Vidyabhushan also. Okay, see here. The word Ajam, Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying that he is uh, mm, different from material products which are unconscious and from any class of being in the universe. So this class of being in the universe is the same Nityabadha people, conditioned souls, as well as the Prakriti. Okay. So Prabhupada says that's why I did not highlight here. So the word Ajam is used in this context. Okay, he is different from the non-living Prakriti and the living conditioned souls. Okay, that's why the Ajam word was used. Okay, yeah. Yeah, read ahead. Okay, this we read, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, ahead.
In this verse, the word Vetti Lokamaheshwaram indicate that one should know that Lord Krishna is the supreme proprietor of the planetary system of the universe. He was existing before the creation and he is different from his creation. All the demigods were created within this material within this material world. But as far as Krishna is concerned, it is said that he is God, he is not created. Therefore, Krishna is different even from the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva.
Yeah. Okay.
And because he is the creator of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods, he is the supreme person of all planets. Sri Krishna is therefore different from everything that is created, and any more who knows him as such immediately becomes liberated from all sinful reactions. One must be liberated from all sinful activities to be in the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Only by the devotional service can he be known and not by any other means as stated in the Bhagavad Gita.
So as we discussed earlier, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. Only by bhakti. So there are few who can by bhakti know the Lord fully. Okay, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, as it is told in the book, the Vibhuti Yoga. Okay, like that. Yes.
If Krishna is known as the son of Devaki, then how can he be unborn? That is also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. When he appeared before Devaki and Vasudev, he was not born as an ordinary child. He appeared in his original form and then he transformed himself into an ordinary child.
Yeah. So it's not that devotees are sentimental people. They understand exactly why Lord, even though appearing as the son of Devaki, but he is unborn. Why? Because he appeared in his original form and he appeared in the 400 form. So he is the same Vishnu, but appearing in his child-like form. Okay. And then he transformed into ordinary child, like 200 child, on the request of Mother Devaki. Yeah.
Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It cannot be contaminated by contaminated by material reactions, which may be auspicious or inauspicious. The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in the material world is more or less a mental correction, because there is nothing auspicious in the material world. Everything is inauspicious. Because the very material nature is inauspicious, we simply imagine it to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on the activities in Krishna consciousness, in full devotion and service. Therefore, if we at all want our activities to be auspicious, then we should work under the direction of Supreme Lord.
Mhm.
Such directions are given in the authoritative scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, or from a bona fide spiritual master. Because the spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord, his direction is directly the direction of the Supreme Lord. The spiritual master, saintly person, and scriptures direct in the same way. There is no contradiction in these three sources. All actions done under such directions are free from the reactions of pious or impious activities of this material world.
Yeah, so why Prabhupada is telling about this auspicious and inauspicious thing here now suddenly? Before that, he explained about Sarvaloka Maheshwaram and all these things. Now suddenly he explaining about auspicious, inauspicious. Why? What is Prabhupada trying to tell here from this 2 slides, what we did? So, okay, he is explaining the, yeah, yes, Matu. Pranam, you want to say something?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, so
Here,
basically,
here from the
yes,
verse
Arun.
that pramuchate sarva pape marteshu. So maybe Prabhupada is trying to explain that.
Yeah, correct. So in the slide, we can see he ended this with this point, free from the reactions of pious or impious activities. He ended it with this. So he started with that thing in mind, that what is auspicious and inauspicious considered in this world, all in this world is all inauspicious only. In material nature, everything inauspicious only, but real auspiciousness depends on what? Activities of Krishna. And what is that means the activity of Krishna can free us of sin. That's what he is conveying. And then he brings it up in the next slide. How we can know what are the activities of Krishna? It's mentioned in the books, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And who explained these books? Spiritual master. He is representative of the Supreme Lord. So he explained about this. Not only spiritual master, there are 3 people. Spiritual master, that is Guru, and there is Sadhu, and there is Shastra. Okay, all 3 explain about what is told here. Okay, activities of Krishna consciousness in full devotion and service. That's what is explained in these books and these sources, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. And then very nice statement. There is no contradiction in these 3 sources. Okay, so there is no contradiction, and even if there is some contradiction, sometimes we may say it is apparent contradiction. Okay, so as all of you know, there is this tripod, Guru, there is Sadhu, and there is Shastra. Say this as Shastra. This is Sadhu. Correct. I think all of you must have seen. So one's life should be based on one of these 3. Okay, and there are things which are apart from this. These are all part of Shabda Praman. And there may be Anuman Praman, and there may be Pratyaksh Praman. Okay, where some devotees may do some analysis of some subject and present, but which may not be directly on Shastra. Okay, or it is something different from Shastra. So there are many things. So it can be against Shastra, it can be in line with Shastra, but not in the Shastra. And it can be in the Shastra and they are trying to explain. So what we hear is only the third one, which is in the Shastra. Okay. And if there are some explanation which is in line with Shastra but not in the Shastra, then we try to avoid as much as possible. And there is no question of hearing what is not in the Shastra. And in this also, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra tripod. So what is the pivot of this, or what is the central in these three? What is most important in these three? If you have to make a choice, okay, what is the one thing which you feel is most important?
Guru.
Guru.
Okay, okay. We'll hear from others.
Guru.
Shastra.
So, okay. Anybody saying Sadhu? That is only remaining. Nobody is watching for Sadhu. Okay, why Shastra? Arun? Shastra very old, na? Why Shastra?
So, Bani, I heard, I think you were only explaining, or I heard from His
No, don't
Holiness.
tell from me. I'm only asking. Okay. If I explain from some other Shastra, you can tell.
Or His Holiness Aldar Swami Maharaj was speaking that it's this Shastra is is coming from Krishna, and Guru helps us to make us to understand it from the perspective of current perspective. How can we apply? But they are although they are old, but it is coming from Krishna. Therefore, it is that is the main thing. And then devotees and Guru help us to understand, and how can we apply it in life. That is the work of Guru and Sadhu. And therefore, Shastra is pivot. This is what I have heard. You can correct if my
Yeah,
understanding is wrong.
No, this is perfect actually. Yeah. So, many times Prabhupada also told there may be some people who are speaking independent of Shastra, and they may be having sampradayas which may not be, sorry, not sampradaya, they may be having followers, but they may not be connected to any parampara actually. So, even though the Guru is there, but he's not connected to any parampara, like I don't want to take name, but there are many societies like that. They are called Pantha, like that. Pantha means there is a person who is there, who is giving his teachings, but he is not having any sampradaya which he is belonging to. Okay. And he is speaking from whatever he has good knowledge. Not that he is speaking something which is not beneficial, but it is not based on Shastra, which can be auspicious, real auspiciousness, which here Prabhupada is saying, right? See this word, told this, real auspiciousness. So as many Shastras speak, that what is the function of Guru and Sadhu, this is very, very important. Devotees should understand this. Guru and Shastra, their function, sorry, Guru and Sadhu, their function is to speak what is there in Shastra. Okay. So all the Gurus, they speak from Shastra, and as he told, Shastra are explained as Apaurusheya. Why it is called Apaurusheya? Because it is not coming from any Purusha, but it is coming beyond the three modes from the Lord himself. Correct. The Shastras come from the breathing of the Lord. So they are eternal. They are all Paurushya. But the gurus like Srila Prabhupada and current acharyas and previous to Prabhupada, all the sadhus, okay, the previous acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti and Baldev Vidyabhushan, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they are all sadhus. They all explain these concepts of Shastra in their language, in the context which we are living now. Okay, so Prabhupada's commentary you can see is different from other acharyas. He is bringing it to our modern context, and he gives modern examples also. We'll see one of the examples will come in next verse, I think. So he'll give some modern examples, and many examples we have seen, right? He connected the examples like, and through hippies, he told the spiritual world is like the full of LSD. Now, none of the previous acharyas might have told that understanding of spiritual world, but he is speaking in their language. Basically, it is saying, Shastras say that the spiritual world is Param Ananda. Okay, Param Ananda Kanda, like that. But he is speaking in their language. So Guru is required to speak in the language of the context of the society currently, but they speak from Shastra. Okay, so that is the understanding. So this Guru Sadhu Shastra pivot. So this Sadhu is like the central pivot, and then gurus and sadhu, they rotate around this shastra only actually. Okay, so they are rotating around the shastra, and they speak through the shastra, because shastra are the basis of all the evidences we want to give or whatever we want to speak. Okay, so that's why if you remember in the very first sessions we discussed about the art of authoritative quoting, that Prabhupada is speaking in the three quotes. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks, he quotes Shastra. Krishna speaks, he also quotes Shastra in Bhagavad Gita in 13.5. He says this is mentioned in Vedanta Sutra. Correct. And then Prabhupada also, if you hear the lectures, does he say anything which is not based on Shastra. Every 2-3 minutes, there will be one quote from the Shastra. Every 2-3 minutes, you see, there will be something he will quoting from Shastra. And very rarely he will even say that my Guru Maharaj said like this, or in his books he will write, my Guru Maharaj said like this, my God brother said like this. How many times have we read in his book that he is saying, my God brother said like this, my Guru Maharaj said like this? Very, very few occasions. But when he has to establish a Siddhanta, it is based on Shastra. Okay. So that's why there is no contradiction. This point I wanted to highlight. Why there is no contradiction? Because they are all rotating again around the Shastra. Okay. Forward, who was reading?
The transcendental attitude of the devotee in the performance of activities is actually that of renunciation, and this is called sannyas. As stated in the first verse of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one who acts as a matter of duty because he has been ordered to do so by Supreme Lord, and who does not seek shelter in the fruits of his activities,
Anashrita
anasrita
karmaphalam.
karmaphalam, is a true renouncer. Anyone acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord is actually a sannyasi and a yogi, and not the man who has simply taken the dress of sannyasi or pseudo devotee, pseudo yogi.
Yes, yogi. Yeah. Thank you. So basically, here Prabhupada is trying to bring out a point about who is a sannyasi. Okay, so he is bringing out that one who has taken up to the dress of a sannyasi may not be always a sannyasi, because that's not what Bhagavad Gita speaks. That anybody who has taken up to the dress of sannyasa, he is a sannyasi. No, Bhagavad Gita speaks this, anashrita. He is not ashrita. On what? Karma phalam. On the activities, that activity which is generating some fruit, karma phalam. He is not having a shelter on that. He has shelter on Krishna. Krishna eka sharanam. Okay, Krishna eka sharanam. So he may be in a grihastha ashram, he may be in Vanaprastha ashram, he may be in sannyasa ashram, he may be in brahmacharya ashram. If he has this okay, attitude of yoga shemam vahami that was explained earlier, that Krishna will take care of my all spiritual and material needs. I will take the responsibility what he has given, but I understand that the fulfillment of all the results will be coming from Krishna. This attitude will be the attitude of a sannyasi. Okay, not that person who has taken up to the dress. Okay, and not that somebody has taken up to the dress of sannyasi is not a sannyasi. Okay, that is also judgmental. That is not good. But the checkpoint is this: whether Krishna Ka Sharanam is there, and whether there is sheltering in the fruits of his activities. Okay, like that. Okay, so we'll take a break, 5 minutes, and then we'll start with next shloka. Okay, if there are any questions, we'll take after that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue from the fourth verse. Is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So we'll recite this verse and then discuss. Buddhi बुद्धिर्ज्ञानम् असम्मोह क्षमा सत्यं दमः समः सुखं दुःखं भवो अभावो भयं चाभयम् एव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिः तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावभूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधाः. Anuradha Mataji, are you available? Can you read?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, pain, and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone.
Yeah. So now Lord is continuing to speak, as he told in the last verse that he who is knowing three things about him, that he is unborn, he is Ajam basically, and Anadim, he is beginningless, and Sarvaloka Maheshwara. He will have two results he will get. Okay, he will free from the sins, and he will also have a samudhata, means non-delusion basically. And now he is starting to speak that how everything, including the qualities, and also in the next verses he is going to explain about the various Maharshis, then four Kumaras, all these things, how they emanate from him. And seventh, he'll explain about Vibhuti. So now Lord is speaking about what all things originate from him. Okay. So here are the list of qualities. Okay. Okay. Now he is starting to explain this chapter, the Vibhutis basically. Okay. So the qualities emanating from the Lord. Okay. So what are the qualities? Here he has mentioned all these qualities. One by one, it will explain by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Please read.
In two verses, the Lord expounds his status as the origin of Lord and the Lord of all, which we have mentioned in the last verse. Even those who are knowledgeable of scriptures cannot know about me by their intelligence, because intelligence and other elements are generated from the material gunas like Shiva, and though they all originate in me, in themselves they are not suitable for understanding about me, who am beyond the gunas. The list of items in these verses is given to show this.
Yeah. So now he is saying that previously he told he is the origin of all. Where did he say he is the origin of all?
7 point.
No, no,
Second
what is the
verse.
word? What is the word? He explained.
Aham Sarvasva Prabhu.
That still is to come, that shloka.
Prabhavam.
Prabhavam. Okay, what are the meaning of that?
Its origin and opulence. Prabhupada writes.
Correct. So there he explained he is the origin of all. Prabhavam. Okay. And then also he said Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Okay. I am the basically controller or the origin of all. Okay. So in two verses he is saying, he explained. And even those who may be having the knowledge of scriptures cannot know me by their intelligence. Okay. So this intelligence he is saying about, what is the word in the shloka now here? Is a buddhi. And what is this knowledge? Oh, no, this is not that knowledge. Yeah. Okay. This is just about the material knowledge, we can say. Okay. The material knowledge. It's not spiritual knowledge. Material aspects, even though it is based on scripture, but it is not having any devotion. How? Here it is mentioned, because intelligence and other items are from where? Sattva. And bhakti is from which guna?
None, it's transcendental, basically.
Bhakti is not in any Sattva or Rajoguna or Tamoguna. Okay. The devotee may come sometimes under these gunas, but bhakti itself is Chit Shakti. Bhakti is the Chit Shakti of the Lord, and that's why it is Nirguna. It doesn't come under the three gunas. And that's why from the intelligence which is Sattva, nobody can understand which is beyond the gunas. Who is beyond the gunas? That is Lord. And Bhakti. So that's why it was told earlier that those who are in Sattva, like Maharshis or Devatas are predominantly considered in Sattva. So those who are in Sattva, they cannot know the Lord fully. But through Bhakti, one can know the Lord fully, because they are both Nirguna. Okay, that is the understanding. So here I am not taking this one by one, because Prabhupada is explaining it elaborately. Yes, please read.
Commentary by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, the different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna, and they are described here. Yes. Intelligence refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter.
Yeah, so see, two terms Prabhupada explained from the verse. Okay, let us try to mention that here only, so that it's clear. See, buddhi, jnanam, asammoham, kshama, satyam, dama, shama, sukham, dukkham, bhava, abhava, bhayam, abhayam, ahimsa, samata, pushti, satisfaction, tapo, austerity, danam, 18, charity, yasho, fame, ayasha, infamy. Bhavanti bhava bhutana mattaya prithagvida. They are originated from me on. 20 items are mentioned. Okay. So in this you can see some are good, some are not good. Like there are Shama Satyam Sukham Dukkham. They are negative. Bhava, Abhava. Bhayam, Abhayam. Bhayam is negative. Like that. So there are positive and negative both. That's why Prabhupada is saying here. So different qualities, they will be good or bad. Yeah, continue.
Ordinary knowledge.
Oh, yeah, one minute. Yeah, forward. Yeah, intelligence refers to the power to analyze things. Okay, so this is about something which is fine aspect of any subject matter. Whereas knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter. So knowledge refers to something which is related to spirit. Whereas this is fine aspect of matter or spirit. Anything, whatever knowledge, whatever subject matter it may be, if it is about the Jada Vastu or if it is about the Chid Vastu, whatever. The power to analyze is called intelligence. So intelligence can be present in both the materialist or a devotee. Both can have intelligence. Devotee will use his intelligence in studying the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. But the materialist will use the same intelligence in studying some matter. Okay, so devotee studies the spirit. Okay, so intelligence both can have. But knowledge, who has the knowledge? Devotee or non-devotee? Yeah, somebody can answer. Who will have knowledge? Devotee or non-devotee?
The knowledge can be possessed by both, but devotee would have the knowledge to distinguish between what is matter and what is spirit?
No, no. See, knowledge in general, dictionary terms, which you said is right. But what knowledge here Krishna is speaking, Prabhupada is explaining us, knowledge is the ability by which one can understand what is spirit and what is matter. So a non-devotee can never distinguish between what is spirit and what is matter. So knowledge will be only possessed by devotee. Okay, that's what here is being said. It cannot be possessed by non-devotee. Non-devotee cannot have this knowledge. Okay, jnana cannot be there with non-devotee because they cannot differentiate between spirit and matter. But intelligence, they both can have. Okay. Yeah, please read.
Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge.
Yeah, see here, Prabhupada has told it is ordinary knowledge, but again he is disqualifying it as knowledge. Okay, so basically he's trying to say it is not a knowledge, it is something which seems like knowledge. Okay. Yeah.
Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter.
Yeah.
In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of the material element and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete.
Yeah. So basically Prabhupada is using the word knowledge, but we have to understand he is not meaning it because he is already saying that that is not knowledge. Okay. Yeah, continue. This is third now. Asammo. So somebody can see if the numbering is changing. I'm trying to number here. Asamoa is third one. Okay. Yeah.
Moha, freedom from doubt and illusion can be achieved when one is not hesitant, and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment.
Yeah. So this was explained also in this previous shloka. 10.3 it came. Correct. Asamoha. Okay. Free from doubt and delusion. One will get. Okay. Yeah, continue.
Things should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution.
Yeah, basically there is also, as you have heard, the very famous statement that don't surrender your intelligence, but surrender with your intelligence. Okay, I don't know how many of you heard, but this is very famous in ISKCON also. Don't surrender your intelligence means don't accept things blindly. Okay, something which feels good. Yes, this is very good. This is very positive thinking, Prabhu. Yeah, but no, positive thinking is not the thing which is the basis of life. What is the basis of life is Shastra. Okay, as spoken by Guru and Sadhu. Okay, so that is the basis of life. Okay, and how much ever it may seem like it's very auspicious, it's very positive, like in previous purport Prabhupada told, no? In material world, everything is inauspicious, how much ever positive thinking it may be. Like many people on YouTube, they may be saying, yes, you can do it. Anybody can earn crores of rupees. Then they are saying what there is no role of karma only in their life. Whatever past life karma you may have done, you can always be positive, think positive, and then you can earn crore rupees. No, it should not be accepted blindly in that way. And everything should be accepted with care and caution. What is that care and caution? As per the Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, what they speak. Okay. Yes, continue.
Sama, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness, means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should not be misrepresented. According to social convention, it is said that one can speak the truth only when it is palatable to others.
Yeah, okay. And see, tolerance. So as devotees, we learn from Parikshit Maharaj and many other examples are there in Bhagavatam that how one should be tolerant, and we may not be tolerant like them and forgiving like them, but at least we should try to follow their footsteps like Prabhupada. Even though we have heard many examples of Prabhupada, he used to stand in the queue with hippies for using the toilet. So much tolerant it is, and washing the plates of the hippies after they used to eat. So this is like so much of tolerance, and Vaishnava has already that, but we may not be having all that. Sometimes we may not wash our own plate because of some laziness. Yeah, yeah. If we are sick, that is fine. Yeah, but Prabhupada is setting that so much of good preaching example. So this should be practiced. That's why he's telling. Those who are perfected, we cannot imitate them. Okay, we should practice it like that. Okay, whenever the opportunity is, and we should not just go out of the way and try to practice tolerance. Okay, that is in the mode of ignorance. That will come later. Okay, whatever comes on its own accord, one can practice, but one should not on his own take up to such conditions where he has to compromise on his bhakti. So, and also very important thing is to excuse the minor offenses of others. If we are able to, then we should also forgive the major offenses. But if not, at least minor offenses, we should be forgiven, because we understand that we have also done so much offenses to others. And then they have been forgiving us like that. So that's what we have to understand. So please hear this purport very attentively, because this whole purport is very, very important for following it in their practical lives, in our practical lives. Okay, many points Prabhupada is saying, very, very, very brilliant purport Prabhupada has written. So many items he has written in one, 2 lines, or explained some things. Like in this truthfulness, he will explain now what is actual truthfulness. So he is saying facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. And he is saying according to social convention. Okay, not Shastra. What it is, one can speak the truth only when it is palatable. So it is some Shastras which are of lower category. They say Satyam Briyat, Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat. Na Bruyat, Satyam Apriyam. If the truth is unpalatable, one should not speak. So some of the lower Shastras speak. But what Bhakti Shastra speaks, Prabhupada is saying here.
But that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in the straightforward way, so that others will understand actually where the facts are. If a man is a thief, and if people are warned that he is a thief, that is truth. Although sometimes the truth is unpalatable, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that the facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the definition of truth.
Yeah, so this is what Prabhupada explained as truth. Okay, not what the social convention is. Okay, so even if it may be sometimes unpalatable, but one who is supposed to speak, he should speak. Not that I am not in the person, I am not the person who should speak, or I have not taken the charge of such a person who is performing devotional service, and I go to speak him. Not like that. So somebody who has taken somebody under his care, he can speak something which is there. Okay. So this will be discussed more, I think, later in the 17th, 18th chapter also. There is one shloka which will come. Anadvega Vakyam, how it is spoken. So there it will come more in detail. Yeah, next 4, 5, 6. Yes, please read.
All of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement.
Yeah, so this is also very important. Like yesterday also we were discussing that which is favorable for Krishna consciousness, we should accept. So whatever is the needed, where is it? Needs of the senses, that one should accept as per his Varna and ashram, basically, as we discussed yesterday. So there may be Sudras who may be too much attached to sense gratification. So if we just remove it, they'll become mad only like that. But there may be some advanced people who can restrain the senses more. And there may be people in different ashramas, like for sannyasi, there are different rules. So their needs are different. So accordingly, they have chosen that ashram. There may be people in Grihastha ashram. So their needs of senses may be different. For that, they have chosen that ashram. Brahmacharis, they are student life. So they have chosen that life because of their needs of their senses, whatever. So it should be all done appropriately. Okay, and nothing is to be considered that, oh, this is inappropriate, that is inappropriate. Because Srimad Bhagavatam, 2 instances I can say. First canto, 2nd chapter itself says that one can accept the needs, whatever is there. So, okay, I have less time now, 5 minutes only. So I will put it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so that verse says that, what is the shloka? Kama. Yeah. Kamasya na indriya priti. Labho jivete yavata. Correct. Kama should not be for indri priti. but labho jivet yavata, as much as required for one to keep up his life, like eating, sleeping. Okay, what are all these basic necessities are required? They are to be fulfilled. They are needs. But Prabhupada is again warning unnecessary. And all of us being in Krishna consciousness, we also know that what is not required for our progress in Krishna consciousness or which may be unfavorable. Okay, they are unfavorable in Krishna consciousness that we should avoid. Yeah, read.
Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts, that is called sama. One should not spend one's time pondering over earning money.
Yeah,
That is a
this is
misuse of power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thought should be developed in association with persons who are authorities in the scriptures, saintly persons, and spiritual masters, and those whose thinking is highly developed.
yeah. See again, Prabhupada is focusing on that same Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and the association of devotees is that only. Association of devotees means association with these three. Those who are Diksha Gurus, Sadhus, previous Acharyas, and the Shastra. That only is the focus where our mind should be absorbed. Okay. And then he's saying, especially those whose thinking are developed. Developed thinking means they are based on this Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Okay. And again, he is saying that one should not too much think about earning money. Labho jiveta yavata. Okay. As much as required for living a materially peaceful life. Okay. Okay. There is one more shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Bhavaya and Bhutaye. Okay, I'll put it later. So Labho Jiveta Yavata. So this also says that as much as required. And materially one's life should be satisfactory so that one can practice a spiritual life. Okay. One should not go to the other extreme, that there is no need of having any necessities fulfilled in the material life, or go to the other end where so many things are fulfilled in life that he is so much distracted. Okay, both will create distractions if there are extremes. Okay, so whatever are I'm talking about material needs, not spiritual. Material needs, if it is too less, that will also create distraction. If it is too much, that will also create distraction. Okay, so it should be all balanced, whatever is the needed to be a materially satisfied life, and then practice spiritual life. Okay. Yeah.
Calm, pleasure or happiness.
Yeah.
Sukha. Pleasure or happiness should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness.
See, again,
And
Prabhupada is saying that which is favorable. Okay. Yeah, and that which is unfavorable, that should be given up. Basically, that which is painful or which causes distress, that which is unfavorable, that is considered as the ninth aspect, dukkha. Yeah, continue.
anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected.
Yeah, like yesterday we were discussing about this. So 9 limbs of bhakti plus those which are favorable, they all should be accepted, and they all should be considered that they are engagement in Krishna consciousness only. This favorable item which is not outside Krishna consciousness. What is outside is unfavorable. Okay, so one should understand what is the situation, what is varna, what is ashrama, and understand what is favorable and accept it. Yeah, read.
Bhava birth should be understood to refer to the body. As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death, that we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. So birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about the future.
Yeah, basically this death is the 11th item, that is abhava. Okay, and this fear is bhayam, is 12th item. Yeah.
A person in Krishna consciousness has no fear because by his activities, he's sure to go back to the spiritual sky, back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright. Others, however, do not know what their future holds. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are therefore in constant anxiety. If you want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we'll be free from all fear.
So Prabhupada is saying about how even devotees sometimes may be in anxiety. How to overcome the anxiety, Prabhupada is saying, is best course is to understand Krishna from the books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or chanting, reading, hearing, whatever, and be situated always in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, this fear is a condition of persons who are not in Krishna consciousness. Abhayam, fearlessness, is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness. So, ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, sociologists, philanthropists, etc., do not produce very good results because the politicians and philanthropists have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actually beneficial for human society. Ahimsa means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of the human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commission which do not further that end commit violence on the human body. That which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence.
Yeah, so this is a very unique definition of ahimsa. So he is saying that which furthers the future spiritual happiness of people in general is called non-violence. Okay. And one more point here, Prabhupada told that ahimsa, when the full utilization of human body can be achieved. Okay, and then one more line he will say. Okay, no, I think here it came. Yeah. If spiritual realization or spiritual life is not practiced, then one is committing violence. So this is a very unique definition Prabhupada gives. Committing violence means not practicing spiritual life. Yeah.
Samatha in equanimity refers to freedom from attachment and aversion. To be very much attached or to be very much detached is not the best. This material world should be accepted without attachment or aversion. That which is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted. That which is unfavorable should be rejected. That is called samatha, equanimity.
See, this is third time Prabhupada is writing here. This point that what is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and what is unfavorable should be rejected. Okay. And here also he said that it should not be like the pendulum that we discussed. Too much attachment or too much detachment. So basically the purpose of Krishna conscious person is not to make sure that how he can reduce his sleep, how he can reduce his food. That is not purpose of Krishna consciousness. Purpose of Krishna consciousness is how he can become more absorbed in Krishna. Those things will automatically come. Okay. So purpose is, focus is where? Focus is on the positive, artha pravritti. Anartha nivritti automatically happens. Yeah.
A person in Krishna consciousness has nothing to reject and nothing to accept, save in terms of its usefulness in the prosecution of Krishna consciousness. Satisfaction means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction. Tapas means austerity or penance. There are many rules and regulations in the Vedas which apply here, like rising early in the morning and taking a bath. Sometimes it is very troublesome to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntary trouble one may suffer in this way is called penance. Similarly, there are prescriptions for fasting on certain days of the month. One may not be inclined to practice such fasting, but because of his determination to make advancement in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles when they are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injection.
Yeah. So yeah, like there may be some fastings which may not be recommended so much in the Vedic scriptures or in the Vaishnava parampara like Chaturmasya, all that. So one need not follow it very strictly. Like Prabhupada, he did not teach us to follow Chaturmasya so strictly by growing the beard and stopping preaching activities. Prabhupada did not recommend all that. So what he is saying here, fasting on certain days, like we have Gaur Purnima coming or Janmashtami or Ekadashi. So that much we can accept. Okay, voluntarily taking trouble. Okay, for that which is prescribed by our gurus, like that. That much is there. But on our own, we should not take upon some fasting. Like here, Prabhupada is saying about political purpose. So like people may fast unsun for some purposes. That is called in ignorance. Okay. So and then what is done in goodness, that makes one advance in Krishna consciousness. Yeah.
As far as charity is concerned, one should give 50% of his earnings to some good cause. And what is a good cause? It is that which is conducted in terms of Krishna consciousness. That is not only a good cause, but the best cause. Because Krishna is good, his cause is also good. Thus, charity should be given to a person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. According to Vedic literature, it is enjoined that charity should be given to the Brahmanas.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, speaking about so for Grihasthas, Prabhupada many times he said and Shastra says charity is to be given. And for brahmacharis, it is said that celibacy. And for women, yeah, chastity is very important. So like that. These are some aspects of different varnas and ashramas which to be followed. And here he is saying charity is concerned, one should give 50%. So many times we have heard, but maybe practically very difficult. So yeah, and sometimes yeah, like Bhakti Samaj Swami Maharaj says 50%. One can try to understand in the sense that also in within his family also there may be some spiritual things on which he can spend. Like one may be going for a yatra, so that is a major expense in his family, and there may be so many other spiritual. Obviously, everything in the Grihastha's life is a spiritual thing only, but directly as an investment in spiritual aspects of the Grihastha's life should also be considered in this 50%. Not that only 50% given to temple. Sometimes that understanding may not gel very much nicely. 50% you have to give to temple or whatever your authority. So that may not be always the right understanding. So Maharaj was explaining that 50% should also include that one spends in his life for the spiritual purposes. Okay, as a grihastha. So that is also good cause. Like that. Okay. And then obviously charity should be given to Brahmanas. So Prabhupada qualifies this word Brahmana. It's not that anybody who is in the dress of a Brahman. Yeah, we'll just complete this purport and pause and stop. Yeah.
Why? Because they are engaged in higher cultivation of spiritual knowledge.
Yeah, so this is the qualification who is Prabhupada is saying as Brahmana. Okay.
A Brahman is supposed to devote his whole life to understanding Brahman. Brahma Janantiti Brahmanaha. One who knows Brahman is called a Brahmana. Thus, charity is offered to the Brahmanas because they are always engaged in higher spiritual service and have no time to earn their livelihood. In the Vedic literature,
so basically, yeah, one should take care that whom one is offering charity. Okay, so if he is offering it to some person, then one should also understand what is the quality he has. If without understanding one just gives charity while going in train or going somewhere into the dham, he is giving charity. If he has not seen the lifestyle of the person and he is giving charity, it may be many times in the mode of ignorance or passion, but may not be in the mode of transcendence or goodness also. Okay. Yes.
In the Vedic literature, charity is also to be awarded to one in the renounced order of life, the sannyasi. The sannyasis beg from door to door, not for money, but for missionary purposes. The system is that they go from door to door to awaken the householders from the slumber of ignorance.
Yeah, so they are going to house of householders for giving them spiritual knowledge. Like Sukadeva Goswami told that he would not stay in anybody's home more than the time taken for milking a cow. Sa godohan matrena griheshu Griha Medhi Nam, like that he says. So why? Avekshati Tatra Mahabhaga. He was giving the spiritual knowledge to them, like that. So that is the purpose. And why they are not, why they are accepting charity? Not that they have separate earning method also. No, they have no time to earn in livelihood. Why they don't have any time? Because they are devoting his whole life to understanding the spiritual knowledge. Okay. And then that spiritual knowledge can be given to the householders, and they can come overcome the ignorance. So this is not talking about Krishna conscious grihasthas. Okay. Like that.
Because the householders are engaged in family affairs and have forgotten their actual purpose in life, awakening their Krishna consciousness, it is the business of the sannyasis to go as beggars to the householders and encourage them to be Krishna conscious. As it is said in the Vedas, one should awake and achieve what is due him in this human form of life. This knowledge and method is distributed by the sannyasis, and charity is to be given to the renouncer of life, to the brahmanas, and similar good causes, not to any whimsical cause.
Yeah. So it's not that anybody whom we see in the dress of a sannyasi or a brahmana, we just keep giving charity. Okay. Okay. How much more is there? Okay. 2 more slides. Yeah.
Yashas, fame, should be according to Lord Chaitanya, who said that a man famous when he is known as a great devotee. That is real fame. If one
Yeah,
has
so Srimad
become
Bhagavatam gives the example of Yudhishthir Maharaj. How Yudhishthir Maharaj, his fame was in the 3 worlds after he performed the Ashwamedha Yajna. Yeah.
one has become a great man in Krishna consciousness and is known, then he is truly famous. One who does not have such fame is infamous. All these qualities are manifest throughout the universe in human society and in the society of the demigods. There are many forms of humanity on other planets, and these qualities are there. Uh, Now, for one who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities, but the person develops them himself from within. One who engages in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord develops all the good qualities as arranged by the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, so we understand there are 26 qualities of Vaishnavas, right? So these 26 qualities are not that one is endeavoring very hard. Oh, when can I attain humility? When can I get the peacefulness? All these 26 qualities are there. And then there are some devotees who also formulate a way that, okay, in this 1 year, I will try to practice humility. This 1 year, I will try to practice peacefulness, like that. So that is not recommended here. See, Prabhupada is saying what? The person develops them himself from within. Okay, and who gives them? It's given by the Supreme Lord, and he is quoting that verse, Yashasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarve Gune Samasate Tat Suraha. From the demigods, whatever is that comes into the people, into the devotees. Why? Who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness through practice of the 9 limbs of bhakti. Okay, and in that, yeah, important limbs, whatever one is getting absorbed, then being absorbed in that, he Krishna creates such qualities. So it's not that his focus is not this, how to create such qualities. Focus is 9 limbs of this devotee. These 9 limbs he will perform Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. Automatically Krishna will create this, and he is not feeling that, oh, when will I develop this quality? When I will develop this quality? I have to make sure I develop this quality. No, his focus is not that. He is praying to Krishna to get such qualities, but not that his focus is there. Yeah.
Of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in this material world which is not in Krishna. That is knowledge. Although we know that things are differently situated, we should realize that everything flows from Krishna.
Yeah, so differently situated, again, Prabhupada is saying some people may use or misuse these qualities. Okay, they are differently situated, but they are all having their origin from Krishna. So light also comes from Krishna, but somebody is in darkness, that is not Krishna's fault. That's what he's concluding with. Okay, so sorry, we went extra time, almost 15 minutes. So this is a very long purport. So next time we'll continue from 6th verse. So questions we will take in the next class, next Saturday. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Vacha kalpatarubhascha.
Krishna.